Welcome to Author Skill Set Wednesday. Today is day 94 of the 2-Minute Author Challenge. So fun. Today's quote comes from Seth Godin, who said, "The easiest thing is to react. The second easiest is to respond, but the hardest thing is to initiate." Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani, and it is my pleasure and my passion to help authors go from blank page to finished first draft to published book with ease. And today's quote is really one of those empowering things that helps us get off the reactionary path and onto one that's actually going to lead us to a fulfilled life. So I want to just walk through a few things and ask a couple of questions and see where that takes us, shall we? So in terms of the easiest thing to react, are you one of those folks who allow sort of the prevailing winds, like whatever, you're like the pinball in a pinball machine, whatever life throws at you, you're sort of bouncing around or blown across the sea of your life by forces that are outside of yourself? The sad reality is most people do. It's I don't know, that just makes me sad. But the thing is that reacting is always the easy path, right? We don't have to think, we don't have to do anything. We simply allow our emotions to take over and dictate whatever happens. There's no effort required. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that there's no fulfillment to be found this way. There's not a lot of joy, happiness, gratitude to be found this way either, because you always feel out of control, like someone else is running your life, not you. So the second easiest thing, of course, is to respond. That's to sort of help take the emotions out of the equation as much as possible and think rationally about things. And still, this is really difficult. Most people don't like doing this because it takes effort. But the thing is, we need to set aside the emotional immediate response and think a little long term. We need to think about our life a little more strategically, if you will. Think about our longer term goals. It's getting out of that mindset of instant gratification and thinking about a longer term vision for our lives, right? But to initiate, of course, is the hardest of all, because that requires a lot more effort. It requires a lot more dedication. But ultimately, this is the path to leading a much more fulfilled life as well. So, for example, writing a book is not a short-term process. It's a long-term process. And by long-term, I mean it can take you anywhere from, a couple of months to some people take years to write a book. So there needs to be some way of making sure you're on track and doing the things you need to do to get that book written and published, so you can get it out into the world and make the impact in the world you were born for. That's why we focus on this stuff, right? But when we take control of our lives and we initiate, when we take responsibility, I guess is probably a far better word for our life, take responsibility for everything that goes on in our life, it's also the most effective way to gain control over our life, because the simple reality is we can't change what we don't control, right? Impossible. We can't change what we don't track either. So if we don't know what our current actions what results our current actions are delivering for us, there's no way we can figure out what's the next best step. It's impossible. But by thinking about all of this stuff, by taking control in these different areas of our life, this is also the path to accomplishing the great things we want to, including writing and publishing that book, right? It's also the path to leading a fulfilled and deeply satisfying life. So my question for you today, whether writing a book is on your mind or not, what is the vision that you have for your life? Take a moment and think about that and write down the answer. Who must you become in order to realize that vision in your life? Because if it's a vision worthy of attaining, the person you are right this minute will not be the same person as the one who actually attains that goal, turns that vision into reality in your life. Because you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to grow, you're going to have to do so many other things that literally will change who you are as a human being. And the next step, of course, is what must you initiate in order to live that dream life? What is the plan that you're going to implement to get you there? Simple questions, I get that, but they're very difficult to answer. They're challenging to answer, but this is also, I truly believe that you must build a plan, because that's the only way we can get to a life of fulfillment. We need to build the plan, we need to execute the plan, and we need to initiate daily, as Seth Godin talks about. Because when we do all of those things, whether that's writing a book, whether that's achieving some career goal, whether that's doing whatever is the passion and the vision for your life, this is the road to success, no matter what that might be. So if writing a book is your thing, I would love to connect with you, because I want to, if I can, I would love to be able to help you in that process. Because over the course of writing and publishing 49 books so far, I've learned a whole bunch of ways to shortcut the process. And if that sounds useful to you, then reach out. I'd love to chat. And if you have some other vision for your life, just take these principles and apply them into your life. I think that you'll discover that when you do, there's so much more success, there's so much more fulfillment, and you'll simply be happier more of the time. And when we're happy and calm and emotionally centered, it's just easier to do the things that we know we need to do. So that's my encouragement for you today on this Author Skill Set Wednesday, is learn the skill of initiating daily. It's one of the most effective ways to create a life worth living. It really is. So if this video was helpful to you in any way, I'd love for you to share, what resonated for you in the comments. I'd love for you to like it and share it with your family and your friends. And of course, I always want to connect with more people. I would love to connect with you specifically, because I think that together we can do something that is really, really amazing, that individually maybe we won't be able to accomplish, or maybe it will simply be more difficult. Two minds are always greater than one. A group is always more powerful than a lone individual. So to connect with me on social media, LinkedIn and all the rest of that, sleekbio.com/Christopher. All the social media links are there, and I would love to connect with you, all right? So have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.